Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, we're going to be talking about Zilortha. Now, this is the buy box promo for Ikoria, and the only way it exists is Godzilla King of the Monsters. Pretty cool. Oh, by the way, this is the altar sleeves border. And I love this thing. It doesn't quite fit Godzilla here because they dropped the bar down, but I still like it. Anyway, we have a 7/3 for 5 mana, right? Dinosaur. Trample. The lethal damage dealt to creatures you control is determined by their power rather than their toughness. So this is effectively a 7/7. It is a 7/3 that can't die to a lightning bolt. So what I wanted to do here was high power, low toughness. And the reason why I wanted that is because typically those cards are cheaper to cast. So let's look at the first thing I thought of. The very first thing was Ball Lightning. I know Ball Lightning only hangs around a turn, but 6/1, the 1/1 first strikers have been the bane of Ball Lightning forever. Now it doesn't matter. It's a 6/1 that acts like a 6/6. And of course, we're red and green, so we get to play with Groundbreaker as well, the Planar Chaos color shifted Ball Lightning. And then I was like, you know what? There's a vehicle that is pretty much a Ball Lightning, right? So, Trample Haste, crew 1. Maybe we crew it with a Mana Elf after we don't need it. But then things like Fido Titan came to mind. 6 mana, 7 power, so it's a 7/7 ish. Zendikar Incarnate. This is typically pretty large in Commander games. We tend to have more lands in play than most. So let's look at our ramp, shall we? We've got a ton of ramp. Of course, we're going to start off with a Soul Ring, our Elvish trio, Llanowar Elves, Boreal Druid, Elvish Mystic, Zilortha Druid. I've got a little bit of Yavimaya Dryad into the north. I've got a few Snowlands, Snow Duels, stuff like that. The whole deck's not snow. Rampant Growth, Utopia Sprawl, Gruul Signet, Bonder's Ornament for that card draw as well. Kodama's Reach, Gruul Locket. That is a full Gruul Locket, by the way. I forgot to label this, but thank you to Mr. Danny Mason for donating the Gruul Locket shiny. The Gruul Keyrune, Gruul Cluestone, Migration Path, Harrow, and Mana Geyser. Mana Geyser is important because it typically gets you a ton of red mana. Now, it's a 2-color deck. We don't have a whole lot of X spells or anything, but Fire Breathing, y'all. Yes, I know it's not the card that most of us expected, but Fire Breathing is amazing with Zilortha because if your damage is based on power, then Fire Breathing effectively gives +1/+1, right? So it increases the damage output by my commander, and it makes the commander harder to kill. So I was really, really, loving that interaction. We've got some other things too. Heraldic Banner, you pick a color, and now this acts like +1/+1. Domri, Anarch of Bolas. It works with creatures, pumps your creatures, and then the Sanctuary Blade, I'm trying that. Choose a color, and it gets +2. So this is, Now, the other equipment that I couldn't get my hands on was Loxodon Warhammer. That's amazing in here. A little bit of card draw and Return of the Wild Speaker. Lifecrafter's Bestiary, Tormenting Voice. So let's look at the rest of our... Oh, before we do that, Elemental Appeal here. For 4 mana, do we get the 7/1? For 9 mana, we get the 14/1. So, it's trample and haste. So, it is for 9 mana, you get a 1 turn, 14/14-ish. Zektar Shrine Expedition. Here again, it's going to make that 7/1 elemental, and then Electropotence. Right? It's a controlled version of some better cards. You don't have to do it, but we are dealing with high power cards here, so I figured Electropotence is pretty good. We've got onto the creatures. Riverboa, it's just a great card. Island Walk, I mean, everything on this card matters, right? Island Walk and Regenerate. Rimrock Knight. Now, this is the reason why Rimrock Knight's in there. This is made for the deck, right? So, it's a 3/1, but the adventure is +2/+0. I mean, you want to play both sides of it. Anax has probably more than likely his power is going to be greater than his toughness. The same way for Renata. Rubble Belt Rioters. Plus X, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. What? Now Xenagos obviously would be great in the deck. The Fanatic of Mogus is a 4/2. Captivating Crew. That's what I tried to do here. You'll notice the recurring theme is I tried to get creatures with power greater than their toughness, because typically, that's their way of balancing a card with the cost, making it cheaper. Embrith Sky Blazer. Firewing Phoenix. I know it's been a while since I've said this, but there's no legendary Phoenix in Magic. Wow. When are we going to get that? Yeah, I know. Lightning Elemental, right? By the way, is that not a gorgeous foil? I mean, just so good. 4/1 haste. It's 4 mana, but when it acts like a 4/4 haste, that's pretty sweet. Proud Wildbonder. 4/3, and creatures you control with trample have what? Have super trample? Vorapede, 5/4 Undying, Trample Vigilance. Swag Tusk. I mean, it's a great card. Coursewood Crasher. Now, yes, this the Titanoth Rex here is an 11/11. More than likely, we're cycling this thing, unless we just get, all the mana. Archetype of Endurance, giving out hexproof. Now, the Silverclad Ferocidons, this is nuts. It's an 8/5, acts like an 8/8, and that ability, each opponent sacrifices a permanent. I did not put in the constant damage things like Pyrohemia or whatnot, but because we're running such low toughness creatures, I don't. Yeah, that still counts toward their power, but I don't know. It's just not what I was trying to do with the deck. But Silverclad Ferocidons is a great card for that style. It's just for this deck, it's in there because it's an 8/5, right? Shivan Dragon. Wow, with enough red mana, Shivan Dragon's dang near unkillable. Yeah, I know Shivan Dragon's been outclassed, 1,000 times now, but it's a great card. It's a classic card, and it's always good when old cards are good again. Crop Rotation. I don't know why that wasn't in the Gorgon's Head's in there simply because I would love to give my commander Death Touch. It already has Trample, so we can get in there for that commander damage. Fervor's gonna just in there for haste. But check out Blazing Shoal now, giving +X+O, and it being potentially free. Kind of really good. We're throwing in a Obscuring Haze. because you know, the whole idea is that we're going to have our commander in play, right? And then some removal. We have a predatory impetus. I like it. Natural obsolescence, return to nature, naturalize, artifact mutation, and Sensei would be proud. There's a hull breach in here. Um, now we got our non-basic lands. We're going to start off with the most awesome one, Kessig Wolf Run. Now, here again, this not only increases your damage output, but it can also be used defensively to keep one of your creatures from dying if somebody tries to kill it. You pump the front number, which acts like the back number. Kessig Wolf Run is amazing. Bonder's Enclave. We're gonna have a power 4 creature. Highland Wielders at Snow Duel. Evolving Wilds, Rogue's Passage, also helping with, getting those big creatures in there. Myriad Landscape, Ash Barrens, Ghost Quarter. Now, I've had this full Ghost Quarter just chilling around in a box. I never knew it was what it is. Oh my gosh. Castle Imbrith, giving your team a +1 is, Timber Gorge, Mossfire Valley, Rugged Highlands, Gruel Turf, Mountain Valley, and the Guildgate. I'm actually really looking forward to playing this one. It's I don't know. What do y'all think about the Godzilla thing? I know it's not new anymore, but I think it was probably viewed by Wizards as a success. So I feel like that they're going to do that again, right? I mean, it's going to happen. We're going to get. Are we going to get like the next time we go to somewhere where it's dominantly vehicles? Are we going to get vehicles that transform into like golems or automatons? Transformers. It don't seem like G.I. Joe would be a hard, because those are human soldiers pretty much. So maybe. I don't know, but I kind of like the crossing up of the streams. Maybe some D&D they own that, but there again, they didn't own Godzilla. They bought that license. So I don't know, but it does open a door that I'm very, very curious about. That is 583. We're going to put it on the wall. But it is coming from, I started playing in 94? And the way that this game has grown, they're putting out a lot of product and, wallet fatigue and all that. But I love the current direction with, Godzilla may not be for me. I've never been a huge Godzilla fan, but I think it's cool. I'm anxious to see what's next, though. I can't wait for that. So, anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.